Savage. Unfiltered.
What's up, WWE Universe? Guess what? SummerSlam, MetLife, 2 nights, and I will finally be hosting. And nobody better try me.
WWE SummerSlam, a 2-night event at MetLife Stadium. Scan the code to register for pre-sale information.
Whoa! Num 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 num. Num 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 num. Ah. Whoa!
Every day, the Fed prints an average of $465 million. That's 26,000 shipping containers a year, created out of thin air. Maybe that's why the dollar loses value over time. But there's one thing they can never print more of: Bitcoin. At the size of a quarter, this is all there will ever be. Shouldn't a store of value hold its value?
Welcome back to a podcast not like the rest, where we deliver nothing but savaged and uncut content.
Where did I go?
From a loft-style studio in Tampa, brings a show so raw and uncut we mean.
No filter on Savaged, Unfiltered. Savaged.
Hey, what is up, guys? How you doing? Welcome to the show. Welcome. You know, Joe, we had our first show, probably the second show in its show's history, with a rated G show. That's right, guys. You heard it. Just the other day, we did a live stream, including this past week on Spotify. Probably the first, maybe the second show in its almost 7 years of existence, non-cussing. I want to applaud
right.
Joe.
Yeah,
right?
for G and PG, well, you got to go to my show, Constitutionalist Politics, right? G rated. There's really only one PG version of that show, even too, and that's the "Am I the Ass" episode where I talk to the creator of that game, "Am I the Ass?" So, but yeah, normally you come to here for the rated E for explicit stuff, and lo and behold, we threw you a curve and gave you a G-rated show.
We did good. I mean, I think we did okay, right? I mean, you know, like we were trying. We held our composure, and we did not cuss. And I want to thank you very much to both of us, Savaged and Raging Joe here.
I'm
Jesus.
so used to being able to, again, my show is G, so no swearing there. I usually let loose here as co-host of Savaged Unfiltered.
So now, Joe, I got to get it out. I got to get it out. Fuck. Damn, that was fucking hard.
That
Shit.
was fucking brutal. Fucking brutal to not be able to swear. But
fucking brutal. Wait, is she still in the no, she's not in the green room. Thank God. Okay. Fuck, damn it.
You know what?
Ugh.
But rated G show doesn't mean not serious and important content like all my constitutionalist shows and that episode G-rated we did here. Plenty of important information and serious subject matter.
Joe, I did it because not that I'm a hack or a hypocrite, but I mean, we had a young lady, folks, by the name of Angel, Princess. The Angels was a dog. Princess was the girl's name. Yeah, I had it backwards again. We had a young lady by the name of Princess on the show, 8 years old, guys. Probably my youngest guest I've ever had on the show.
Yeah.
And I held my composure, and I did it out of respect because I don't want young children learning potty language at 8 years old.
And she is the Valors for Veterans.us Princess. Far better than any Disney princess.
I have to
She's
say, Joe, she's probably the youngest board member I ever spoke to be honest with you. I mean, literally.
yeah, well, I have potential issues that anyone serving on a nonprofit should not be 18 or older of legal
Wow.
age. I mean, she literally can't legally sign a
Wow.
contract at
Wow. I
age,
mean,
but because
but
hers is a
uh,
valid organization, though. The problem is, like Clinton Foundation, that is fraudulent. Chelsea was on it before she became 18, right? It's young family members, so they don't have to have a real board member. It's
yeah.
not a real nonprofit organization that
I
has volunteers of different shapes and sizes,
yeah.
colors, backgrounds. It's only their family members
Well,
or
I mean, I think it's kind of cute that you got a young kid like that, 8 years old, that
yeah,
wants to use that title, board member. I mean, because she's doing a lot with her grandmother there for the organization. I mean, they're helping veterans. They're going out, and contributing to their community with even the homeless and everything. And I think that's wonderful.
yeah,
And it shows responsibility within young
yeah.
people like her.
Well,
You know what I
my
mean?
point
So.
being the devil is in the details, right?
Mm.
It's all, and you could go to my Constitutional Politics show. I've got 2 episodes on gray areas, right? Eh, she's doing good. Others, they're putting their kids on board so they can scam and con people out of money, like the
Mhm.
Clinton Foundation, right? More than $1 billion raised for Haiti. They gave a few Clinton donors in Haiti a few million to rebuild their business, but the people of Haiti saw zero of it.
Mm. And they saw zero. I mean, but it's
What?
and you
What?
guys can
What?
also
Where is
what?
the book available for 99 cents?
That's
I
Joe. That's what it comes up for. I guess it was like a sale. These are live sales, Joe, of yours. My God, put
now
the price back up then.
there was when the book first came up through Book Hub a 99-cent deal. That's certainly not
Well, then
any
take it
longer
down, Joe. It's a
valid.
false
Yeah.
advertisement. God, we're trying to plug for Joe, and he's putting false fucking prices up there. Anyway.
So if you saw 99 cents somewhere, I don't know what's going on with that. That's
Well,
not valid anymore.
well, those are live sales. Maybe the live sale has to go. Anyway. But anyway, guys, we're going to talk about real quick here. I want to get this in because I think it's important to discuss in the show. I want to discuss about Walmart, Joe. Now, Walmart is having some type of tariff war with President Trump.
Yeah. And my book, Terror Strikes, Coming Soon to a City Near You, is available through Walmart.com. They better not mark it up. They're marking up prices of things that are in America, come from America, and trying to blame the tariffs. The tariffs have nothing to do with U.S. made products. So they are lying.
Yeah, they're not lying at all. I'm sorry. I thought I heard something on the floor. I was going crazy there for a minute. No, what the hell is? Oh, it's my daughter upstairs. She's
Well, it's
knocking.
a bait and switch in a sense, right? Some things may go up. Absolutely, positively, but we're supposed to be about choice and freedom in this country, right? If you want to buy from abroad, pay the tax. Frankly, I've got no problem with that. If
Hold that thought real quick. I want to be serious with you. What the hell is she doing up there? Anyway. No, guys, I do this in the comforts of a spare bedroom here. I turned it into a studio, and there's the knocking and banging going. I don't even want to know. Anyway, but I mean, no, seriously.
If a widget costs you from China 10% more, too bad. I got no sympathy. Pay the 10% extra, right? Buy an American widget and avoid the tariff. You've got that choice.
Absolutely. I mean, we all have that choice, right? I mean, that's just the simple matter of it. Um, and they're crying right now because they don't want to. They want to keep. Here's what they said, Joe. The spokesperson, right, and obviously the CEO there, Doug McMillon, had said this. We want to keep our prices low for our consumers, right? That's the bedrock principle of Walmart, going back to Sam Walton, right? He wanted to keep his prices low. But when the greedy corporate conglomerates came in and took over, like Doug McMillon, yeah, you're a greedy son of a bitch. I'm sorry to say, but
Yeah.
you are. They're not
You
keeping
know,
the prices low. They want to
yeah,
raise them, Joe, because now they're using that monologue where, oh, well, President Trump just literally tackled America with tariffs. And what's the matter? You can't say the truth?
yeah,
Why you have to have the prices high? Because you have
yeah.
to pay the damn price to China? That's where you get all
And
your shit
and
from.
I'm a former Kmart employee. We talked about this. I worked in IT for Kmart for years.
Yeah.
They're all gone now. So I'm very familiar with Walmart. They've got billions in profits. Now,
Mm.
granted, they have to answer to stakeholders and whatnot, and they want dividends for the stock. But you can eat some of those costs, and
Mm.
it's not going to hurt your billions in profits. Just as Amazon, to call them out, you can, you Bezos, how much money do you need personally? Bill Gates, right? You can cut into your personal stake and not raise the prices, and the company can still make billions.
Oh, yeah.
I, I mean, I've worked in corporations. I mean, yes, we want them to be profitable. I'm a free market guy. I'm a capitalist. I'm all for profit. But there comes a point where do you give a damn really at all about your customers? And the fact that what you're doing and blaming falsely the tariffs for some of your prices going up tell me you don't really care.
No, no. I mean, it goes back to what I just said, right? I mean, they're not honoring that bedrock principle of the company. They're not honoring the traditional root of how the company started, keeping prices low to help out the consumers, right? I mean, that's how Walmart was designed, and that's why Sam Walton created the damn company to begin with. But when you have greedy people, CEOs like Doug McMillon and others that took over years and years ago, or years now later going into right now, they're not honoring that. So they're not
Yeah,
more or less saving
yeah,
the company, Joe. They're
no.
hurting the company. They're
Doug
hurting it tremendously.
Doug McMillon is worried about one thing, his compensation package
Mm.
and keeping the board happy, not the customers. Because if he keeps the board happy, he'll get a big bump in pay next
Absolutely. Yeah.
contract, right?
Yeah. Yeah.
Rather than be fired because
I
the
I never
board
see
is full of
positivity.
greedy bastards.
Yeah, I never see positivity coming out of this company, Walmart. Like every ad, it's like, they throw it out that quarterly earnings of Walmart income, right? Like, oh, we had a good quarter, it came down a little bit, and then as soon as like it doesn't do well, like you get that negativity through the voice, especially with this CEO. Like, there's something we can be doing better to get. No.
Yeah,
What you're really speaking about, Doug, is how you can fill your pocket
yeah.
more, right?
You know, profits are always going to fluctuate a bit. And
Yeah.
part of the problem here is we can be pro profit,
Mm.
but we're not pro greed. There are differences there. If sales revenue goes down a little bit, it's not the end of the fucking world. They'll go back up again. Get a fucking heart and a soul. But the problem is these boards and these CEOs are really only in it for themselves, not even the average stockholder, and definitely not the customer.
Yeah. So do you feel, Joe, that these these tariffs are going to benefit America? Because a lot of people, including social media, right, are saying that the tariffs, again, going back to the conversation we had earlier last week with Ray, right, about tariffs, kind of in a way, is going to hurt America. It's going to belly up the economy, and people are going to suffer worse under this administration, Trump meaning, than Biden.
Yeah. Well, it's
I
like
don't
the Laffer curve.
It's hard to say, Joe.
Right? You've all heard of the Laffer curve. JFK, Reagan, and their tax cuts all understood the Laffer curve before he invented it for the Bush tax cuts. Too low, bad. Too high, you do worse, more harm than good, and defeat your own intentions. Right? So I'm anti-tax, which means I'm anti-tariff, but I give Trump grace on this. I'm willing to make an exception to my usual rule and say the tariffs will indeed eventually. What do you want to do? Declare war on China? Do we want military? This is the tool we have, and they are working. Yes, some things may go up, but ultimately, over time, the tariffs indeed are going to bring manufacturing and monies back to the United States. On balance, what he's doing, the way he's doing it,
they don't understand that, Joe.
Move. No,
they don't understand that. Every time you discuss tariffs with anybody, particularly young people, they look at you and they're like, they don't understand the benefits of tariffs. Like they really don't.
They only want to bring up Smoot-Hawley. It's not relevant here. It would be if we kept tariffs at 140% on China. That wasn't ever the end goal. It's a out of the deal negotiation tactic, right? So eventually it will take time. This will even out. And notice when the stock market dropped over the fear of the tariffs below 40, they were ranting and but now that the Dow is over 42K, nothing but crickets. And we will hit 45,000 by the end of this year, most likely, let alone the end of Trump's term. And the tariffs are actually helping bring that economic revenue and engine back to the U.S. that will drive that.
Let the raw truth ignite the fire. We're diving deep, never a liar. Feel the beat of life in motion.
I damn near skip to my truck each day. Caffeine in hand, jump in my rig, fired up, ready to fucking take on whatever the world brings me. All right? Because I was passionate just an hour ago.
Walt on the mic, yeah, he's been through the storm. Paralyzed dreams, but the spirit stays warm.
I'm gonna come sit here in the basement and talk to y'all about whatever the fuck's on my mind, right? And I'm super passionate about this project. And it's so, it just, when you're passionate from one to the next, it feeds it, right?
From addiction's grasp to a brighter day, sharing stories that light the way. Pop culture vibes and health on the line. With high-speed Danny bags, it's all by design. Shake your head, laugh or cry. This podcast keeps it raw. We ain't shy. Be real, let the echoes collide. Life's a ride, and it's truth we confide. Stand tall, we'll rise from
this project. And it's so, it just, when you're passionate from one to the next, it feeds it, right?
All right, guys, welcome back to the show. As you can see, guys, got to get those breaks in. Respect some of the people that are on the show here, including, obviously Joe and soon to be Walt Blau, plugging him a lot because he's going to be part of the big show coming up in August, guys, there at Podity Live at Harrison's Theater, including Joe here digitally. But guys, I got to draw your attention as we kind of close it up here with this Walmart thing. We got a new lineup, guys. Every Tuesday, you'll hear the live stream, including Thursdays, Fridays, and Saturdays with our regular programming on Spotify. But, Joe, I absolutely agree with you on everything that we're talking here about with Walmart. And as we kind of close up, going over a little time here, I do piss Joe off from time to time. I do tell him sometimes it's 10 minutes. Sometimes we go over, but it's okay. Hey, exposure, exposure, Joe. It's all about exposure. That's what I
Yeah, and before we go, I want to say one thing about the one big beautiful bill. They promised no more omnibus bills. I call it the one big fraud bill.
Oh, is that
And
right?
you'll hear them talking about tax cuts, which we needed to make the prior ones permanent and add new tax cuts. That's important, and I support that and them. But you're only going to hear about the tax cuts because there's next to no spending cuts in this fraud bill. $150 billion is out of a $7 trillion budget, and running $2 trillion deficits is nowhere close to enough. So they're going to talk about the tax cuts, which again we need, but that's a distraction, that's a deflection. I wrote at Substack on this, jleonarddetroit.substack.com. They're going to tell you in DC swamp manure speak 1.5 trillion in cuts. No, that's an average over 10 years.
Yeah.
But this Congress cannot vouch for the next or the next or the next Congress. The only thing
if they keep on putting up with the Democrats that are
Right.
trying to derail their policies, they'll never accomplish anything, Joe.
No,
I keep on saying
So
that. They had a big old ordeal. See, I'm sneaking in there with Joe because I want to get this in real quick. No, they had a really good thing. They made sure they blew it up on media. See, Donald Trump's big beautiful bill didn't get passed by his own House of Republicans.
It didn't come out of committee.
Well,
right away
you see what I'm
because-
getting at. That's what they threw on the media. Yeah,
Right,
yeah.
but that's their spin. That's the media lie, their narrative. But real conservatives like me, the very few that there are in Congress, held it up to try to get more spending cuts because $150 billion is the only real promise cut out of $7 trillion. That's nothing. That's nothing. So promises made, promises kept. Well, most of them, not all the promises.
Not all the promises. You're damn right, Joe. Guys, thank you very much for watching. I appreciate it. Remember, guys, hit that like and follow button. It helps out tremendously here with the show. If you'd like to check out some of the content here from Joe, visit his show there at Constitutionalist Politics Podcast, available through Buzzsprout, and as always, available on other audio platforms for that matter. Thanks very much, guys. And till next time, take it easy, and we'll see you next time.
This had been a Truth Productions media episode. Thank you for listening.